All right, so welcome to another episode. Today we're going to take a look at Expedia and along with some of the nasty market movement that we're getting. So keep in mind, none of these are recommendations, just my own personal opinion. Let's kick things off. If you want to grab my opinion and get some insight, speak directly, check out our Discord channel, which you could find in the description below or on our website at tradersfly.com. All right, with that in mind, let's take a look at Expedia. Expedia basically had some earnings announced, and overall, it beat expectations, right? But there's a couple of issues. The market overall is weak. So, there's a little bit of a issue here with just what's been going on and happening. So if you take a look at, what we had that stock opening here. Now we're way down here. So we had a massive reversal. So if you kind of just take a look at what happened here throughout the day, we popped here and all of a sudden we started coming down, tried to pop again, coming down, a massive selling pressure just came into the market as well. So it just shows you that really when things like this happen, it gapped up. This is known as a gap and fade. So it gapped up and then they faded it later throughout the day. But it also means that the market is very unstable. It shows you that anytime there's a blip in the market, you're going to have some issues and problems, and that can be a huge issue here. So you see what happened was that basically all that volume came in, the selling pressure came in, and the good stuff turned into not so good stuff. But let's evaluate this stock a little bit. So I'm going to go into the monthly chart here for you guys, and what you'll see is we had some swing points here where that stock was kind of going into that level, held that support, tried to break out through it, tried to come here and try to bounce. But obviously we're not able to kind of sustain that move. So here, I'll go ahead and draw another one here for you. Right there, you can see we've got right here, there's a support level right there. Let me get my drawing thing going. Right there, there's the support right there. And if you go in and look at this, we were almost looking to break out past that level where we're at right now, but we just could not do it. So in this sideways consolidation pattern that we really had, as you check this out, we were up above 190 on the weekly. We tried to get above it and we couldn't do it. So here's what we've got is now we've got this upward trend right here that's trying to kind of hold. We had some volume coming in, but we've got all this resistance, this overhead supply, and there's just not enough fuel to really sustain it. It attempted it. It tried to go past the $200 level. It went beyond it, but it wasn't able to stand it. It wasn't able to stand the flames and the heat and the problems that we've got going on. So it tried to do it. It just couldn't do it. So there's not enough juice yet. There's not enough fuel. There's not enough energy to keep pushing it higher. So right now what we'll see is this compression to see if it can break out higher. Or right here, are we going to break down? So this is the key level that you're kind of watching in the support levels is we're back into the sideways channel right here. So that's what we got. And we're back in this range. Unfortunately, the earnings panned out okay, but the stock just couldn't hold it. So what can we do here? We're in a sideways range. We'll see if it holds. It might follow through the next day or two, and if it breaks there and holds, that's fine. But I say just be careful because the market is still shaky on its own. So you want to be cautious here. But overall, the stock talked about things being okay and not too bad, but it just wasn't able to do it. So if you look at just overall how well the stock's been, doing with all these economic times, we exploded here. Went sideways for a little while, had some dips over here in the coronavirus thing, and then it got back up into this level right here. So we are toppy, for a stock like this, for a travel company right now, we are a bit toppy, but, it didn't disappoint from an earnings standpoint, but the market is just weak. It's going to take things very, very quick and react very fast. So be cautious here of what's going on and happening here. It's one of those that I would watch for when the market's more stable, maybe to buy more into, but it's not one I would get into right now because there's just a lot of weakness in there. The stock is just behaving weak. It's unstable, and in part due to the market. So anyways, those are my thoughts here on this one. I don't think there's one to kind of nibble on right now, because you want to let it digest. Give it time, see if it can hold here. Give it a day or two of follow through. And if that works out, maybe you start nibbling. But that's where you nibble very lightly. And by nibble, I mean, if you normally would get 100 shares, maybe you get like 5 or 10 shares. If you're getting 5 contracts normally on options, maybe you get 1 because you just don't know if that move will hold. And if it can't hold, then by all means, watch out kind of in some of these other support levels here that we've got going on because obviously this stock, just like many others, they got a very short fuse right now, and these are some of the support levels right now that you're kind of watching, because if we start pulling back here, that's where you're kind of looking for a possible bounce, and that could be quite a bit from where we're at here. So from this level, if we pull back down to the 140s, that's 20% lower. So that could be a problem, because we'll be back into the sideways area, which is basically what we did from the year 2021. So it's unfortunate, but that's what we've got. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed the little quick video. Join me in one of my live classes if you like. We've got a few going on here. So check out the Rise to Learn website or the tradersfly.com website. And that's where you can sign up and register and get on the Discord channel as well, and much more. Thanks again, and I will see you next time.